In 2005, Thorpe Park opened one of their most iconic flat rides, and in recent days we have heard that it will be demolished at the start of the 2025 season. To commemorate the end of the road for the S&S Sky SWAT known as Slammer, we'll be taking a look back at the ride's model history, why it became so iconic, and its downfall since 2017. So join me as we explore the history of the Slammer, the UK's most intense ever flat ride. S&S was first established back in 1994 and was known as S&S Sports, developing a variety of jumping sports equipment. However, this quickly changed into a rides manufacturer. This eventually led to the creation of roller coasters. However, in 2002, S&S unveiled their most intense and complex flat ride to date, the Sky SWAT. The design was created by S&S CEO Stan Checkett and took over a year to complete. The restraints themselves took over an entire year to get right, while the ride structure only took 5 months. The ride system featured a metal arm that was held in between two vertical towers, with 4 rows of 6 seats facing each other at either end of the arm. The arm would then rise, lifting the riders to a height of 17 metres, where it would begin to rotate 360 degrees, rotating riders upside down several times over the course of the cycle. It was an intense experience with a runtime of around 3 minutes and a G-force of 4. As well as this, the 30 miles per hour speed meant that the riders were under intense forces. The first S&S Sky SWAT debuted at the now demolished Six Flags Astroworld in 2003 as SWAT. However, this only lasted 2 seasons and was moved to Six Flags New England after the park's closure in 2005. In the same year, the UK would receive one of the Sky SWATs, heading to Thorpe Park in Chertsey, England. Slammer was the second and final Sky SWAT to ever operate at a theme park, making it an extremely rare and enticing ride to experience. Slammer opened to the public on the 28th of March 2005 to raving reviews from the public. The ride was just as entertaining to watch off-ride as it was to be on-ride, making it a hit with guests. This was similar with a second S&S ride that opened at Thorpe Park in the same year, known as Rush. This was one of S&S's screaming swing models, featuring 2 large arms that would swing riders up to heights of 32 metres. Both rides were powered by compressed air, which became a staple of S&S rides. Air is streamed from a tank which creates friction at the top of the arms, causing them to move backwards and forwards when requested. Both rides were incredibly impressive to look at, following suit with the company's other flat rides. Since its opening in 2005, Slammer experienced reliability issues constantly, as the arm would often get stuck at the top of the tower before and after the rotation had occurred. The ride was forced to close for 2 weeks on its second day of operation after a fault. Issues were seen again in March 2006, when the levelling mechanism on the ride failed to balance the arm, and riders were stuck at a 45-degree angle. In 2010, shareholder Larson McCall acquired a large share of S&S, and the decision was made to discontinue the Sky SWAT model, which ended the production of not only the ride system, but also the parts required to run the ride smoothly. Slammer was closed before the end of the 2010 season, and experienced faults at the start of the 2011 season. While the ride was unique and loved by guests, Slammer was beginning to become an extremely unreliable ride, as well as a hindrance to Thorpe's operation. At the end of the 2012 season, all signage was removed from the ride, implying that Thorpe planned to close it, and in 2013 the ride was partially removed from the park map. This hinted that the Sky SWAT's time had come to an end, and the ride remained closed until 2015, where it reopened at the start of the season after a prolonged period of downtime. It still wasn't reliable though, and required an inspection daily. The ride was closed for Fright Nights and had a successful 2016 season. However, in 2017 the ride opened to more issues, and closed within a week of the start of the season. On May 4th, 2017, Thorpe Park announced that Slammer would be permanently closing after 12 years in the park's lineup. The final reasoning for the closure was never officially revealed. However, it seems as though the reliability issues became too much to bear for Thorpe Park. When the closure of the ride was announced, it was said that the ride would be removed to generate space for future attractions. However, this wasn't the case. The ride was SBNO for several years after its closure, but the queue was utilised for a variety of Fright Night mazes, as well as the Black Mirror Labyrinth, which ran from 2021 to 2023 at the park. At the end of the 2024 season, rumours suggested that Thorpe would be demolishing Slammer and its surrounding area, and on the 21st of November, Thorpe Park applied for planning permission to remove the ride system to make space for a future ride. According to the plans, the removal will take place in January or February of 2025 and take 2 to 3 weeks to complete, meaning that the ride structure would be gone by the start of the 2025 season. In my opinion, this is really sad to see from Thorpe Park, as they will be losing an iconic ride. However, I am also excited to see what Thorpe can do with this space. Assuming that the park will be keeping the building that currently houses the Deadbeat Scare Maze in place, they have quite a large footprint to work with and the ability to install a large-scale flat ride, which is what I think we'll see in future years, perhaps an Intamin gyro swing. Alternatively, we could see a smaller scale ride such as a Zamperla Nebulas, which has been rising in popularity in recent years. Or could we see a new Huss flat ride after Alton Tower's installation of a new Huss topspin? Whatever gets put in place of the Slammer is sure to be a solid addition, as the current structure is a waste of space in a park that is currently becoming the best in the country. I was never able to ride Slammer, as my first proper visit to Thorpe was at the end of the 2017 season. When visiting Thorpe over Fright Nights, it was sad to see Slammer in place and hardly even touched since its closure in 2017, as all the restraints and air gates were still present on the platform. While it's sad to lose such an iconic ride, I'm sure that Merlin will provide another well-themed and thought-out experience in years to come. What's your fondest memory of the Slammer? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching this time, and hopefully I'll see you again soon.